Okay, so today we'll start the React. So first we need what the requirement of React lab requirement.
Okay.
Lab, lab requirement. One is we need VS Code. Second is Node.js.
Okay.
Third is Visual Studio for the web API. Visual Studio. You can community edition. Community edition. A latest version like 2020. Okay. So you know these things already because you know Angular. Okay,
Yes.
not just already because okay, Visual Studio already So
Yes.
now
Yes.
move to the uh, first we start the basic. Okay, from the basic
Yes.
we move to the React. So first we'll talk about the JavaScript. So then what is the JavaScript? JavaScript is a JavaScript is a dynamic language. Why it is dynamic language? Because suppose when I assign on here a is equal to 10, okay, then after that reassign reassign another value on here, Subhankar, Subhankar, Subha, Subhankar. Okay, so first is assign where a is equal to 10. This is a integer. After that be assign value is string. Okay, so this where is a dynamic. According data type it will change, correct? So it is called
Yes.
dynamic. Like on here, just one example of function 8 x comma y return x plus y, like then 8 uh, 1 comma 2, the output is 3, correct? After that 8 1 and 8 2, then what is the output? Can I guess? Can we guess?
One. Eight two. So why we are not assigning anything?
On here 1 on here 1 and second parameter, what the second parameter on 1 plus second, if in the JavaScript if not assign any value, then that time this is undefined. This is
Undefined.
undefined. Okay, then 1 plus undefined is equal to nan.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
then output will be nan. Okay,
Yes.
then output will be nan. Same things on here. Then undefined. Okay, on here passing on here, uh, we have not passing any parameter on here. Okay, then we have not passing any parameter, then first parameter is undefined, second also undefined, then on here undefined plus undefined
Undefined.
is equal to
Okay. Not a number or undefined.
not a number. Because on here if not assign any value, then undefined, and if number or string something you can add, then output is nan. Like suppose uh, we are creating one function on here 8 1, okay, okay, and I pass multiple value a 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4 comma 5. So on here we will talk about the argument console dot log argument. Okay, then we need to one first value, then on here you can pass argument 0, or if you plus 1 argument 1. Okay, like this you can get the value. Suppose on here we have 1 2 3 4 5 parameters. Okay, then if you want to add, then argument 0, because I'm not passing any things on here. I'm not passing on here. I'm not passing parameter on here. Okay, through this argument you can get the value. Through this argument you can get the value.
So argument is here an array, or
Yeah,
what is
yeah,
an argument?
this is a argument, like a this things is a inbuilt. Okay, argument is a throw, this is like array, this work as a array. Okay, so inside this we have 0 1 2 3 4. How many number is on here, then according that you can get 0 1 2 3 4 like array. Okay, so these things, through this we can get the value and these things. Okay, now next point we will talk about the suppose I want to share the one screen. Okay. Expect element, suppose like we have write on here. We will talk about the hosting. Okay, so suppose we have console dot log. Okay, console dot log a, and where a is equal to 10. Okay, then what the output of this?
Console A will be undefined.
Correct. Okay, and suppose why this undefined? Because
Because we are reading,
I assign the variable on here inside a, then why this undefined?
because we are calling it before assigning.
This is
So
variable. Actually execution is from top to bottom. Then first
yes,
line will execute this line, then this line execute. Then how to undefined? This value is not defined. It will come because top to bottom on here a, but a is below.
yes.
Oh, yeah, this is a hosting. This concept is come on hosting. Hosting is it scan it scan the code and move declaration on the top. Okay, it scan the code. Compiler scan the code, and this declaration after hosting after after hosting, then code will change on here where a where a after console dot log a, after that a is equal to 10 after hosting. Okay, when run the code, that region a is not defined on here. The a is not defined, that it means undefined. Output will be undefined on here. After that assign value on here. Okay, just I go to the browser, right on here console dot log. Okay, console dot log. And this is what the output of this. This is a age not defined. Correct? Age
Yes.
not defined. Then again, where age equal to 10. Okay. Then output will become undefined. Correct? Output will become undefined. This move to the on top. Variable declaration on the top. Okay. Move declaration on the top. And then assign the value. So this is concept is come on hosting. Okay. So same things on here. These things I am clear. I change the console dot log. Console dot log B. Okay. After that, let B is equal to 10. What the output?
Now it will be 10.
How it will 10? Can you get
Uh,
any idea?
I guess,
Okay.
yeah, the execution of this, like, late, usually its scope is global. That's the reason, I guess.
Okay. Actually, output will be B is not defined
Not
because
defined.
late is because on here host is late is not support late not support hosting.
Okay.
Late not support hosting. So B is not defined. B is not defined due to hosting because late not support hosting.
Okay.
Late not support. We will talk about the late. Late it does not support does not support hosting. That reason this output will become B is not defined. Okay, due to hosting. And on here, if you this is bare, then undefined. Then undefined, but on here late not support hosting. So this is B is not defined.
So what is hosting?
Yeah. Uh, Actually, hosting is nothing but only this compiler. This is a word. Hosting. Hosting means this variable. This variable. Suppose this is line. Okay. Then compiler read, and this variable. This var a move on top. Move to top. These things. These things move to top. This variable move to top. Only these things through the hosting. This is but this scan the complete code, scan the line of code, and all variable like with the bear, because bear only support hosting, let not support hosting. So bear on top, and then execute the code. After that, execution the code. This things only through the hosting. So uh, so and let and where is a okay, we'll talk later. On here, any kind of confusion, please let me know on here till now.
Ah, no, it's
Yeah,
fine.
okay. So now we will talk about the browser. 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 Okay. Suppose in the browser, okay, we have one page. In the one page, open the browser. On here, we have multiple text box drop down. Then suppose I write on here input, input, in input type test, or input type drop down, or input type radio, input type checkbox, something. Okay. Then who has defined this input type text, input type drop down, input type checkbox? Who has defined in browser, browser, how to understand this is a text box, how to understand this is a drop down, how to understand this is a any controls, how to understand browser, how to understand.
Browser engine that will convert all this coding to, I think browser only understand JavaScript.
Browser understand only JavaScript, but how to understand HTML also on there? You can see, open the browser, just open the browser. On here
Okay.
you can see all things, HTML, JavaScript, all things on the browser. We have two things, JavaScript and HTML. So in the browser, okay, this is a Google, this is a text box. That browser, how to understand this is a text box, this is a icon, this is something. Okay, how to understand?
Mhm.
So on here, we have some externalization, we have some standard. It is called, you listen, this is a W3C. On here, inside the W3C, all things is defined. This is a text box, this is a drop down, this is a something ABCD related to the HTML. All things defined inside the W3C standard. This is a standard. Inside this, all things is defined. On here, not showing. Okay. So inside, let's close. Okay. So inside the WCC, WC, W3C, inside all related to the HTML, all controls related to HTML is defined.
So it's a worldwide standard.
W3C.
Yes.
This is a W3C. Okay, all control related to HTML is defined on here. Okay,
Mhm.
so next we will talk about the then when you write any JavaScript function, all things plugin, then how to understand these things? Browser, how to understand? We will talk about the JavaScript. I will talk about the on here. This is a W3C has only in HTML controls. Okay, so how to JavaScript related function or plugin when defined, where we define JavaScript related function.
Script that.
We have some standard on there. We can no, skip that. This is okay. We have write the code on the code level you are talking, but we will talk about the browser only. We have only browser. Then browser, how to understand this is a JavaScript, this is a HTML. Then on here you listen ECMAScript. ECMAScript. Inside the ECMAScript, this is a uh, scripting scripting language specification. Specification. Inside inside this ECMAScript, all things is defined related to the jQuery JavaScript. All things defined inside the ECMAScript. So browser has W3C and ECMAScript, two things on the browser, except nothing. Okay, when we write the code in any platform like Angular, React, JavaScript, all things when run the on side the browser, on there we have only two things. This is a standard W3C and ECMAScript. On here, all things is defined.
Which ECMAScript is a best script for JavaScript? Like how type for TypeScript, JavaScript is the best
Yeah,
language.
correct.
Like
Actually, TypeScript. Actually, okay, we will talk about TypeScript and JavaScript. Both are different. Actually, when run that code, actually on here be difference on compiler. Compiler after run the code, after build the code, final code move to the JavaScript from TypeScript. Only on here, when you compile the code before the compiler, this is a TypeScript. After the build, then build code is convert into the JavaScript. So JavaScript means it support in the ECMAScript. Okay. So we have on here first come in ECMAScript 5. You can see browser IE 11, Internet Explorer 11. On there, it is support ECMAScript 5. On there, no class available on there. Class not on there. ECMAScript 5 I11 because multiple sites not working on their I11. After that, ECMAScript 6. Inside the ECMAScript 6, uh, classes, multiple things come in the ECMAScript. Then you can see except I11, we have Edge, Chrome, Google, all browser accept, all browser greater than 5 ECMAScript. But only I11 has ES5, ECMAScript 5.
good.
So, okay, so 1 second. So now move to the code, go to the VS Code. On here, we will start on here. Actually, start from the basic. Okay, then move to the React because this is a when you write the code in the React, then in the backend is JavaScript. Okay, then first you
Yes,
understand the JavaScript. Okay, so on here,
yes.
first I just first sample dot js, like where age equal to 10 and console dot log. Okay, okay, this is something. And on here, suppose let b age equal to, and like same things you can on here, you can check if you want to check on here the same things this in the notepad we have discussed. And same things also on here you can discuss this v. Okay, so open the terminal. And can you see my VS Code, correct?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so uh, before that we will talk about the HTML. Oh, okay, 1 second, I will start from the, okay, because it will come with the node.js. So first we start from HTML. on here index dot html. Okay. HTML sample. Okay. So when I run this, page, we can run on the browser. Just
Yes.
open and cd uh, session. Okay, so inside the session, backslash index. Mm, 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 dot backslash index dot html. Okay, so just I write something on here. Hmm. This is title or body. We can write on here h4 or h1 hello world. Okay, so again run through this browser. You can run these things. Okay, you cannot see my screen. You can see my screen browser.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Okay, okay. So on here, okay, you can run. You can run the HTML. But if you want to run this JS file on here, if you want clear CLS through the CLS, we can clear the screen. Okay. Through if you want to run the JS file, then how to run on here? Then Node.js come into the picture. Then Node.js come into the picture. Node.js. Okay. So Node.js, just open on here. Node.js. Okay. This so Node.js is a open source. Okay. This is a open source JavaScript runtime environment. Okay. This is a JavaScript runtime environment. Suppose without Node.js, you can run only HTML. Okay. If you run the JS, but only for the development purpose, you need to Node.js. When you publish the code, then no need. Only for the uh, when you run this code, when you develop the code, build the code, then that purpose we need only Node.js. Okay. So inside the Node.js, we have inside the Node.js we have one tool is npm.
Yes.
Okay. I- Through the npm we can install all library from like react dom. Okay, okay, like css javascript related all things we can install through npm. Okay. So suppose that on here we have created the file. uh, these things is sufficient on here. Actually, Node.js also you can use for the Node.js. You can also it can use also for backend API. Backend API. If you are using front end is React and backend is if you want to create API in Node.js, instead of .NET or Java, then you can create API in Node.js. Okay, for the on here for the on the React purpose, we can use only install the any package, and when you run this code, JavaScript code, that we need to use Node.js on here. That purpose we need on here Node.js. So on here write the command. If you write the command on here, node first sample. Okay, this is a node. Okay, then you need to install on machine Node.js. Node.js, like on here we have the version. This is download version. Download on here. This is a LTS and standard. So always install the LTS version. This is long term support, and this is a current. Okay, so currently is a 24 latest version. 22 you can also install. This is a 20, this LTS version, and okay, then you can install 22 or 24. This is a latest version.
I think mine
So
is 22.14 version. 14.
22.14 means this is a LTS version. You can on system, this is LTS version 22.14. 23 is a current version, and 22 point something is a LTS version.
I will upgrade my node.
Yeah, this is okay for the React. Currently, we are using React 19. This is okay, version 22. No issue on here.
Okay.
Also, my machine, you can see the React is, node is also on here. Lower version, node be 20.19. Also working on here. No issue. So then, mm, so run this JavaScript code. We need to node. Okay. For that purpose, we need to for the build, and build purpose we need on here node.
Yes.
First sample. First sample dot. Yes. Can you see this is error is coming on here? What are the error? First is okay undefined. First output it is undefined because by a is equal to 10 console dot a on here allow hosting, on here allow hosting, on here allow hosting. Okay, but on here error is coming when use the late. This error cannot access b before the initialization. Okay, so on here not support hosting, not support uh, not support hosting. Okay, so I only show the error on here, these things, and if you move to on top, then it will work. Okay, next you can see the output 100. Okay, so move to the different function on here. We will talk about the uh, named function. Named function. Okay, named function is used like a function on here. Suppose function add x comma y. Okay, return, and also you can console. Okay, 5 comma 10 you can pass and give the output. This is a named function. Okay, then we'll talk about the anonymous function. Anonymous function on here, difference on here only, uh, difference on here only. On here we have no direct on here variable. Okay, on here variable. on here we can assign the value in the variable. Okay, this is a variable on here. We can assign the function returned assign in the variable, but on here no variable. Direct call the function add. Okay, but calling is same. Okay, just change this. You can write add one. You can write for the understanding purpose add one or add one. Okay, but calling is same. Add one. Okay, add one, but that is definition is on change. This is a syntax on change on call function. This is a assign value on here variable. Okay, this is change only anonymous and named function. Next will call arrow function. Arrow function also same things is on here. Calling function is uh, same, 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 but syntax on change on here. This is a on here use lambda expression. This change on here, this is a lambda expression. Through the lambda expression, also store value in the variable. Also store value in the variable and change on here lambda expression on here store in the variable, but on here through direct call the function. But calling function in three places is same. Then run this code. Node first sample dot js. Okay, then you can see 15 5 first okay, there's 15. Second is okay, this is a remain minus, then 10 minus 5 5, and second is last is multiply 50. Okay, this is output. Okay, so there is a three function on here: arrow function, anonymous function, named function. But in the arrow function we cannot call the constructor. In the arrow function you cannot call the constructor, but anonymous and named function you can call the constructor. Okay, this is a difference on here. Arrow and anonymous and named function.
What is the use cases if we have the like execution, like the calling is same,
Yeah.
and if
Actually on here,
we
on, you can see line of code on here. You can see in the C sharp. We will talk about the C sharp. You
yes,
can also on there lambda.
yes,
This is
lambda
a delegate.
delegate,
Okay, so you can see on there you are using delegate, correct? Also you can use this function on there. Also you are using, okay. Some place you are using lambda expression, correct? Some place you are using these things. Then lambda expression arrow function is remove line of code. Remove line of code. Instead of this function, this is a named function, and arrow function. Inside the arrow function line of code is less than rather than named function. This concept of delegate arrow function, first delegate, then will come arrow, then come in the first delegate. After this is a reference, okay. After that latest will come, then it come lambda. Okay, so in the this is a through the reference, use the reference. Only main purpose of these things, output will in three three function same. On here we cannot construct call the constructor. On here call constructor. On here we have less line of code instead of this function and this function. If you write a big function, then you can see this is a line of code is less on here.
arrow function line of code is less
Yeah,
compared to
this is line.
anonymous
Yeah,
and
on here line of code is less uh, rather than named function, named and anonymous.
what's the advantage poses for anonymous compared to named function?
Uh, Sorry, can you tell me again?
What is the advantage of anonymous function over named function?
Anonymous, actually on here you can store the value of variable.
Okay.
Okay, but on here you can direct call the function. You can store value in the variable. This is the difference on here only.
Store the value in variable. That means add is a variable here. Who is
Yeah,
add one is a variable who is getting the result from a anonymized function x comma y, where the return type is x minus y.
yeah, x comma y. Then on here, through this variable, you can get the value. Okay, but on here, direct call the function. Direct call the function. On here, you can write on function, but you can write on variable. Store the variable on here. Anonymous. Store the value in the variable on here.
Got it.
So now we will some concept of late and where again. Suppose where uh, I1 is equal to 10 and uh, late J1 is equal to 20, then if true, then where uh, suppose um, I1 is equal to, I change the value on here 100 and late change the value and late is J1 is equal to 200 and on here output. Okay, then you can see on here uh, late is block of scope. Late has used for the block of scope. Okay, but where is used for the global scope. You can see first understand on here. On here we can assign the value I1 is equal to 100, 10. Okay, J1 is equal to 20. Then move to the inside this. I1 change the value is 100. Okay, J1. Okay, but on here assign the value is late is J1 is equal to 200. Okay, then output on here I1 100, I1 100 and late J1 is equal to 200. J1 is equal to 200. Correct?
Hmm.
I1 100, J1 200. Okay, on here this output on here. Okay, this late actually late is for the block scope. Only this block. Late is for this block only. This block you can use late. After that, on here you can see what the output. I1, I1 change the value. I1 is 100. Then I1 is on here 100. But J1, what the value of J1?
20.
20, correct?
Yes.
But I then what the output? When I remove the late on here, then what is the output? J1.
Also 20. Because in between that scope only J1 value is 200. Out of the scope, J1 will become to its original value, 20.
Actually, late use for the block scope. Okay, block scope.
Yes.
But in the inside the block scope, we are not using late. Inside this block scope, we are not using late.
Okay, we are using the global variable.
We are using on here late on here. And late value J1 I am changing on here 200.
Yes.
So what is the output on here?
So yeah, here then it will come to 200. We are
Correct.
not
Yeah,
redefining it. We are
correct.
assigning
If
it.
correct. If you are redefined, then output will be 20 because this is a block scope.
Yes.
Okay. If I add on here, then we are assign the value on again. This is a block scope. If I remove from here, then again reassign assign value on here, then output will be 200. Okay, then check on here again. Terminal node first sample dot js. Okay, what is the issue? What is the issue? Okay, spelling mistake. CLS clear screen node first first sample dot js. Okay, now you can see in the last value on from here 100 200 is okay. 100 200 it was okay. After that I remove late on here. I remove late on here. Okay, then again 100 200. Okay, then we can add on here late. We are adding on here late. Then again compile. Then you can see on here 20. Okay,
Yes.
understand these things?
Yes.
Okay. Uh, Now you can see about the just things I just also discuss about function like function fn. Okay, inside the fn we call the fn. Same things we discuss in the notepad maybe 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Okay, these things. Then calling this function on here through the argument you can write through the argument array. Like this, you can also print, but if you want 0, 1, 2, okay, if you want 0, then you can print this value. Okay, from this side. Okay, understand? This thing you can understand, or we can print on here node uh, first sample dot js. Okay, now you can see on here 10. Now you can see on here 10. Or if you want to add on here 1 to 4 array, then you can see the output node first sample. Okay, just save the I have not saved the code. Then again, okay, then you can see on your output is 150. Right through this argument, you can save the add the value. Okay, now we will talk about the next point is class like imply emp lo by employee dot js. Okay, actually I'm on here. We will talk about all things related to the JavaScript based concept. Okay, so then if you any issue on here, please let me know.
Sure.
Okay, so now we'll start the class imply. Okay, so on here uh, create the constructor and inside the constructor uh, like on here this dot emp id is equal to 10. and I create one function on here. So imply info. So mp imply info. So on here console.log imply id. Then right click format on here. Then if you want on here call create the object let imply. Okay. Then print. Okay. So I am creating on here class, create the constructor, assign the value, create through the function we are calling this function. Okay. Now
So
mm,
you have directly here assigned employee ID equal to 10,
yes.
but you haven't declared the employee ID.
uh, on here you are saying on here.
Yes, employee ID declaration, or in
Okay.
JavaScript, can we directly assign that one?
On here we can directly assign on here. On here we can direct assign on here. If you want create the class, but that concept come in the TypeScript.
Yeah.
On here you can declare direct, like on here this dot imply id this, and this dot mp name this. Direct you can assign declare. On here no need to create the class all things and assign.
Fine, got it.
Okay. So what the terminal. Okay, what the terminal. Okay. So now node mp imply imply dot js. Then you can see output imply id. I print on here imply. Okay. What the issue on here? Console is not defined. Console. Okay, spelling is changed on here. Console. Okay, done. Again run. Console. Okay, now just clear first. Now again, output is undefined because okay, okay. Just you are seeing that you need to define. Okay, we need to define first the same. Uh, maybe my mistake on here something. Imply id on here we have to assign and
I think you need to declare it like either numerical or
okay.
that is employee name string. Employee ID like number and employee name like string.
Just I remove only one thing and I check on here. Okay. number is 0. After that we can reassign on here construct. Okay, employee id, and inside the constructor this dot mpid 101, then not assign value on here, not. Okay, what is on here? This is correct, but only to these things on here. We need only these things, mpid. Okay, class save output is id is undefined. Okay, constructor meaning is change on here. You can see on here constructor. You can see on here constructor. Okay, constructor. This meaning is change on here. The region is coming. Then you can see on output 101. Okay, on here many changes naming convention is on here. So output will be 101. So if you want to add on here mp dot uh, mp name, also you can do these things and name plus employee name. Then again, so this you can add this property on after that, and then output will be, then create constructor, assign value in the constructor. After that you can create the instance, and again you can add the value in this instance. Then also you can call the function, then you can get value on here. This is a class on here in the JavaScript, and create constructor method, create instance on here. How to create instance? Okay. So on here any confusion?
No.
Okay. So we will talk about the list.js. Then list. Suppose list we have fruits here, and on here we have uh, for let uh, let f of fruits. Okay, and for f1 in fruits. Okay, so on here we have use on here of, on here we are using in. There is difference on here. What the difference on here? Of use for the value, of use for the value. Okay,
Well,
and in use for the index. This is the difference on here. Okay. So if you want to get value on here, this is index f1. If you want to value on here, then through this you can get value on here. Then console clear node list .js. Okay. Now you can see uh 1 2 3 4 1 2 1 2 3 4. Okay. First through the value, and this is through the index. If you want to check the index on here also, we can show also on here index. Save, again run. Okay, you can see the index on here. Okay, this is difference in and of. In and in and of. Correct. This is a keyword. Okay. Any confusion on here? So we will next point is we will talk about the map function. Map. Uh, map. Map use for uh, transform each item in array and return new array. Transform means to change. Okay, each item inside the array, each item get each item from the array and create the new array through the map function. Like we have created the this is a fruits. Okay, use the fruits on here. Let new fruits. Okay, on here. On here, this is changing on here. Map. Okay, then get value on here. F. Okay, F string and on here index. Also you can add on here index. We have two value on here. So you can see return return. Okay, return uh, tilde. Okay, these things. Fruit name is F and index is this. Okay, so this is definition is used for transform each item in array. Transform each item in array. Okay, then return new array. Okay, this is new array. A transform get value from here and get value from, then change on here what the index, what the value. Okay, this is a new array. It is creating the new array map through the map function. Then see the output on here. CLS. Okay, then you can see on here. Okay, fruit name is apple, index is 0. Fruit name is this, index is 0. Okay, fruit name is this, index is 3. These things on here through the map function. Also, after that, we will talk about the spread operator. Spread operator. Spread operator. Uh, Spread operator, you know about the, suppose that we have two array. Okay. Then how to add two array in third array?
How to add to array and store
Third array.
in map the two arrays data.
Then you are suppose that array 1 and array 2. Okay. Then you can add array 1 and array 2 in third array. Okay. You can add or through the push. Okay. This thing you can add, use for that. Okay. Through this you can add, correct? But on here, through the spread operator, same things on here. Like we have two array. We have one array this and second array is number or student. You can say uh, Okay, number, and we have two array. Through the spread operator, spread operator is used only for, this is a meaning on here, three dot, three dot, three dot. Only not any new thing. This is three dot. Three dot means spread operator. This is a spread operator. Okay. So uh, on here let you can write on here fruits underscore num is equal to fruit. This is a fruit object, fruit array. This is a number array. Okay. Through this is only spread, nothing on here. Okay. Without it, if you cannot add this like this syntax. If you add three dot, this is a spread operator, and one is a float, second is a number. Through this, you can add in the third array. Okay. Now you can print on here. You can see console node.js. Okay. Now first is indexing. Okay. So first apple. Okay. These things come on here. Okay. Then after that, this is a number. This is a number. This is a number, and first is a fruits. This is a fruits, and this is a number. Okay. Inside the array. Through the spread operator, you can do these things. After that, we will talk about the rest operator. Rest operator. Same things also use on here. We are using the three dot. You can understand the you can use param keyword, params.
Yeah.
What the use of param keyword?
It is like for it is in C sharp, right? Param keyword.
Correct. Yeah. This is used in the C sharp.
Yeah, that is kind of for the parameter passing
Yeah, correct.
dynamically.
Yeah. This is used for the parameter. Same things on here. Use on here rest operator. On here we are using on here rest operator. Same things on here from like uh, we have we have adding, we have function add. Okay, we have pass 1 comma 2 comma 13. Okay, these things we have this array, and we can add on here function add. Okay, suppose we have first value is x comma second is y. Okay, y, remaining value in the rest array, rest rest array. Okay, remaining value in the rest array. So 12, 13 go in the x and y. Remaining go in the rest array. So on here, let result is equal to x plus y. Okay. Then and rest array sum into the result. Sum into the result. X and y sum in on here. Remaining, this is array. Rest array, the remaining value in the array. This is a array. Okay, this arrow append in the result. Okay, so on here also you can console on here, console dot result. If node, okay, you can see on here 70 output. This sum is, you can, if you do the sum of this array, then output will be 70. This is the rest operator. Same thing you can understand in the param, same things on there in the CISA. Okay. So now Now we will talk about the destructuring. Still, if you have any issue, then let me know. Or
No, it's fine.
okay. Now next point is we will talk about the destructuring. Uh, Destructuring means we have suppose let uh, books is equal to uh, we have books uh, inside the array. We have book ID colon 101, book name Java, and second. Okay, so book ID this JS and this Python, and if you want destructuring on here, then let array you can on here Java comma JS and remaining. Suppose that you two value in the this is a direct two variable Java JS and remaining stored in the rest operator, rest of book, rest of books inside the books. The three dot, then our JS and rest of books. And rest of books you can throw the loop you can bind on here, because inside the array you can add also multiple value on here, like you through the push function you can add books dot push and C++. Okay, then on here to data. Okay, then this is a rest of books is a array we can for let. Okay, rest books and on here we can print console.log books. Okay, so books, yeah, or book you can write books. Okay, the books inside the books. Okay, inside the books we have book name, book name, book book name. Okay, also on here dot book name, on here dot book name, js dot book name. Okay, so on here on again I tell you this is a array. Okay, inside this array if you want to new array you can add. Okay, through the destructuring. Okay, through the destructuring we have inside the array we have 5 value. Okay, then if you want to 0 1 store in the another variable and remaining in third variable, this called destructuring. This is a rest operator. Okay, so through this concept is called destructuring. Two value is separate. Okay, or three value you can separate, one value you can separate, and remaining in the rest operator. Through the rest operator store in the array. This line is called destructuring. The array destructuring. Okay, so on here console.log Java, this value this from this object, from this object, and remaining array through this you can print on here. Then terminal node list.js. Now you can see Java JS, and we have two books 8 Python and C++. Python and C++. This to value print from rest of array means rest operator, or this value from the array from the value array, get value from the, this is a you can say this is also object. Okay, this is object and this is a array.
Yes, got it.
Okay, understand? So this is a destructuring. Okay, now move to the mm, uh, next point. We'll talk about the mutable, and after mutable, then we will talk about the exporting, how to export from one file to another file, and then move to the React. Okay, so this is for today. For this, okay.